I'm David Locke with Locke and Key Associates, and this is my podcast. And I'm so fortunate to have Anna Cheek with me from Harris Home. And Anna is an interior designer, and I have known her for years. She has been one of my guinea pigs. You've come and talked
I
to
know.
even my ASID group in college. And she has been doing interior design for how long?
26 years.
26 years. We're going to talk about how
I know,
old that
it's a
makes
long
both
time.
of us.
Yes.
And she has a BFA in interior design from Converse College,
Yes.
and is NCIDQ certified.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that's the test you take to become not an interior decorator, but an interior designer.
Correct.
And she is a member of the American Society of Interior Design, ASID. So, and it says that you are married to Brian, and you have 2 children, Carter and Jay. And you've been with Harris Home for 3 years as an interior designer.
Yes.
So Harris, we were talking about earlier before we got started, it used to be Harris Carpet, and now it's Harris Home. Why have y'all changed the name? How does that?
Exactly. So we still are the flooring company everybody has known. We actually just celebrated our 75th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
So, Harris has been established in the area for so long. And so I know a lot of people will think of us as flooring, and we are flooring and we do it well. But we wanted to also, I guess, let people know we do more than floors. So by rebranding as Harris Home, we now offer interior design services. We offer renovations. We do a lot of kitchen and bath renovations. So homeowners can come in and, of course, pick out beautiful flooring. I would love for them to come to the showroom. It's amazing. We have knowledgeable staff that's just so great to work with, but we have a lot more than floors. So we'd love for them to come in and see what we can offer.
Fantastic. So if, let's say, for example, I had a client who I've sold their house to them and they're renovating and they want to come in and select their floor, you would also help them with their paint?
Exactly. So we could help them coordinate those materials as well. So yes, so not just the floors.
So they don't have to hire necessarily an interior designer. You can help them with the whole shebang.
Right. So interior design service is something that we, I guess we will have as an opportunity within the showroom. It's not necessarily always provided.
Gotcha.
So if you could set up an appointment, then we will work with you for interior design.
Fantastic. Well, why are you passionate about interior design?
I guess I've always loved homes. I've always loved architecture and interior details and how things coordinate together and how people live in their spaces. I just love the opportunity to help people make something beautiful and turn their dreams into reality. Take what they've always wanted and help them actually produce that. So
terrific. Well, what trends are you seeing in interior design right now? I know I'm going to market in Atlanta this weekend. I'll be live tweeting. But what trends are you seeing specifically in flooring and just generally?
So I guess in general for interior design, we're seeing color is back, which I'm so excited about that. Color, we're seeing patterns, bold patterns in fabrics, rugs. We're seeing a lot of natural materials being used. So the natural wood tones. We're seeing a lot of glass and stone, things like that included. And wallpaper's back, which I'm
the pattern.
Very excited
because
about.
Forever it was just everything was white, everything was neutral.
Right,
and I understand it, you want it to be timeless, but at the same time you want some pattern on something.
Right, exactly. And I think what we've seen is the shift back, and it may be post-pandemic. What people are saying is they're wanting to have that vitality again. They want to see that color again. So we're going to see more of that.
Now, are you seeing wallpaper? I know I've seen it over the last couple of years as an accent wall, but are you seeing it? Are a lot of your clients that are coming in and you're helping them with flooring, are they doing entire rooms?
So we are seeing it in bigger spaces again, dining rooms, kitchens, things like that. We don't really specify it for large spaces like a living room, hallway. It's a lot of pattern. Really, my favorite is probably bathrooms or powder rooms, just because it's an intimate space and it's a little easier to handle the bigger pattern.
Right.
But yeah, some people are still diving in the dining rooms, things like that.
Well, I like wallpaper because it gives you that sound attenuation. If you've got an echo, you can throw wallpaper on it. And when wallpaper was out, or you've got a wall that's just not a very pretty wall, or a room without windows.
Exactly. It's an opportunity, if there's no architecture, to really give it some life. So.
Oh, right. Definitely. Well, what are the trends you see specifically for flooring and tile?
So it's pretty broad because
Okay.
flooring covers lots of different products.
Right.
We are seeing, like, let's just start with maybe wood tones. So
Cool.
wood tones are shifting to more of a natural wood finish. So we're seeing a lot of the lighter, think Scandinavian.
Yeah,
So
more Scandinavian.
the lighter wood tones, bleached oaks, things like that. White oak is still very popular. We also, I guess, on the flip of that, are seeing really dark floors still. So deep walnuts are still very popular. As far as wood itself, we're seeing the wide planks are what most people prefer now.
Definitely.
So we're no longer the smaller planks, or even the mixed widths. We do a lot of that as well. The tile industry, we're seeing pattern again. So it's like the chevrons again, or we're seeing the bigger, larger scale tile. We're doing a lot of 24 by 48s on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Large format tile. Bigger patterns that have maybe gold accents, metallic accents is very popular for our mosaics. Hexagon is still very popular. Penny tile is still very popular. So pattern is great, and we're still seeing people choose the marble look. So the marble is still very hot, very popular.
So you think, even though they keep saying, I think it is just people want the white trend to go away. I still love white. I have a white kitchen. My bathroom is the faux marble tile. You know, of course, because you don't use marble because it stains.
Right.
But people are still picking a lot of white, it sounds like.
They are. And what we're finding is they're choosing the white, but like I was telling you with the color, we're throwing color on the wall. So,
well, what color are you seeing?
Lots of blues, lots of blues, lots of greens. And we're seeing things shift much warmer. So the grays are fading out. Things are going much warmer again. So warmer neutral tones, umber, warm golds, tan that has a deeper tone to it.
I know I always, when I see the Pantone color forecast, I always think, what are they thinking?
Right.
And a few years ago, it was the green that we're now seeing on all the cabinets.
Right.
It was blue. I thought, how unimaginative. It's just blue. And I know this year it's magenta.
It's magenta.
Yeah, it's a really bright magenta. And so I know we're going to be seeing a lot.
And I wonder how we'll use that, because the mauve was, I think, 2 years ago. And I'm like, it's there, but I just am still a little scared to use that.
Yeah, we have flashbacks to the blue
the 80s.
Yeah, the 80s. Yeah. The younger millennials, they've not seen that before. Well, if someone is spending the majority of their money on renovation and they need to replace flooring, where in the home and what type of material should they use their flooring budget to get the most bang for their buck?
So it would really depend, obviously, on the home and what the situation is. Wood is always a good bet. Wood is probably going to give you the biggest return on your investment, I would think.
Definitely.
In a home. So if you are able to install wood, I would say that's probably your best bet. And that could be pre-finished wood, because I know a lot of people don't want to go through the mess of installing.
Oh, the baby powder everywhere.
It's a mess. And so I think, that's been a great opportunity for people, is to use the pre-finished woods. Engineered wood is also very popular. We are seeing a lot of people install the LVP product that looks like wood. And that's a great fit for a lot of homes. It's a good price point. And it still gives you that wood warmth that people are looking for. Very little carpet. We're just seeing very little carpet. If you do carpet, which I think probably replacing carpet is necessary to sell your home, I would say just put in a nice soft neutral and just be done with it. But that, I think, fresh new carpet sells a home way quicker.
Oh, for sure.
If you have to have carpet down.
And I think I use it, I know, in our rental application upstairs, because we have to have it for sound attenuation. But in my rental applications, I'm doing the vinyl that looks like the dark hardwood.
Right.
That's been really popular. And doing the ones that are very light.
Yes.
Like that Scandinavian look. The millennials go, oh, wow, it gives you an immediate, modern.
It looks updated.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
And when we list a home, one of the main things you're going to list after the bed and the bathroom is it has hardwood floors throughout.
Right.
Well, what is one type of flooring you would not recommend and why? I know you said carpet, but is that you would not recommend?
No, I think there are opportunities for carpet. So I don't think we'll see that go away completely. That's a hard one. Probably sheet vinyl.
in a very nice house, yeah.
I think there are certain homes that maybe that's what's necessary, but I would say for the most part, probably stay. It just tends to be less durable. It's going to tear and it's going to fade. The color's going to fade over time.
Definitely.
So.
I think back to the linoleums
Oh, yes.
from the 70s. I've had that some of my rental properties, and it, as one of my professors used to say, it uglied out long before it wore out.
True.
I think they could put it on the space shuttle and it would withstand re-entry.
It probably would.
Well, is there a new technology or material that you're seeing coming in floor covering?
We're seeing the same materials again. I guess it would just be the trends that change, but they've started to. We see a lot of, because of sustainability, a lot of carpet fibers made out of recycled materials,
like Coke plastic
the
bottles,
plastic bottles, fishing nets, things like that. They're using that, which I think is really imaginative and wonderful that they're able to do that. And tile, we're seeing now there are a few companies that are producing their tile with a microban already, I guess, integrated into the tile itself. So it's already going to be antimicrobial by nature. So that, I think it prevents like 99% of bacteria, and it will never wear off, will never wash off the tile. So I've
seen that used in a lot of the contract applications, especially in rest areas.
Okay. Yes.
I've been seeing that as we've traveled around the United States. Sometimes there'll be a sign that says microban tile was used, in this application. Well, I ask all my guests to give me their favorite quote, because I collect quotes. So is there a quote that you, or a specific person that you love to quote? So
it's funny. I don't really follow quotes. So I know that there are wonderful, I guess, icons or historic figures that have said incredible things that we could live by. I'm always going to go back to scripture, David. It's
Me
just,
too.
It's my heart. And it's just, for me, it's something that I feel like we all need to refer back to and remember. But Romans 12:9-21, it's a passage. I won't read the whole thing for you, but that's probably one that speaks to me the most. And it starts out, love must be sincere. Hate what is evil, cling to what is good. The whole passage just talks about basically how we're supposed to walk out our faith, how we're supposed to live day to day. And if you go back and read it, it speaks to everything from, making others feel better about themselves, put others before yourself. And like you and I know that relationships and what we do is key.
Oh, very.
And I think that if people thought of it that way with their relationships, I want you to be successful. I want you to do well. And everything that I can do in my business to maybe help your business, that kind of thing. I think if people thought of it that way, it would be so much easier to do business.
Oh, yeah. So, I think so many people feel like they're in competition.
Right.
And if everybody works together, we can help one another. I know my grandfather, who was a contractor, he said there's enough pie to go around for everybody. And some of his best friends were other builders.
Right.
Because you can help one another. If you have a question, you can shepherd one another within your industry.
Exactly.
Well, is there a life lesson that you want to impart to us? I ask everybody that question.
A life lesson. Gosh, David, that could be loaded.
It could be. And your verse, I think, kind of also is a life lesson.
That's part of probably what the life lesson would be for me, is really to treat others the way you want to be treated.
The golden rule.
And I feel like that never goes out of style. I feel like that's just something you can always apply. And seeing others the way God sees them. I think that's something that's hard for me sometimes. Maybe it's quick to pass judgment or quick to think of someone a certain way until I really get to know them, but to think of them the way, Christ thinks of them. So, yeah.
Well, I know I saw he was the editor of American Vogue, and he's since passed away. And they asked him, they said, "What's in style this year?" And I never will forget how he answered it. He said, "Being kind to others is in style." Yeah. And I said, that's perfect. So,
exactly.
when you're in the profession we're in, real estate or interior design, or I was a graphic designer for 23 years, we're always asked, what's in style?
Right.
Well, first, be kind to people. Even if they got that ugly rug, don't say you've got an ugly rug.
Exactly. It goes a long way.
It sure does.
It goes a long way.
Thank you so much for being one of my first guests on my podcast. I appreciate
it's always great
you.
To see you.
I've grown up knowing Anna at church,
yes.
And so it's wonderful to have her be one of my first guests. And again, Anna is with Harris Home, so contact her for all of your flooring needs. And I'm David Locke, Realtor with Locke & Key Associates at Keller Williams, Western Virginia.